Yeah, so welcome everybody. While a few people come onto the call, we'll just set it up a little bit. You've actually arrived between seasons. We talked last week about how the first season has wrapped up now on how to start a digital agency, and we're busy preparing all the content. Dennis has got a lot of exciting stuff for season 2 coming up, which is all about how to grow your digital agency to 10K a month or more. And then there will be a third season a little bit down the road. But in between seasons, we're still going to keep going with, I think, some special guests and some role playing and some extra fun exercises. So maybe Dennis, I'll let you explain a bit more of that and get into it.
Welcome, everybody. If you are new here, please type in new into the chat. This is a place where we are building our agencies to start, grow, and scale. Start is getting things going. Grow is getting to $10,000 a month in recurring revenue via packages. And scaling is getting to $1 million plus when people talk about 7 figures. Doing everything in a structured way. So this is not a webinar. This is not for you to watch just like YouTube videos, although you can get all these videos on YouTube. The key here is that we have exercises, and this is a program. And we're very glad that Vendasta has underwritten it, because together we are going to put in place people, process, and platform. We're focusing on local businesses because we know that local businesses want to show up in the Google 3-pack. They want to drive leads. They want to get things like websites and Facebook ads and all these other things in place, not because they want to be digital marketers, but because they're trying to get more patients, more customers, more clients. And you are here because you believe in helping local businesses. Amen. Let me know how many sessions of Conquer Local Think Tank you've been to. Let us know in the chat. And if you're on the replay, you can still type into the Facebook group and let us know how many sessions you've been with us. All of them, says Shelly Jean, says Mitchell. Fantastic. 2, 3, 10, 5, or 6. Oh, you guys are fantastic. Okay. And you guys know that the first season, which I believe is 20 episodes because we had 18 plus 2, is about starting your agency. If you are coming across this episode and have not gone through those other episodes, feel free to watch. And if you're watching on a replay, that's fine too. But I would highly recommend that you get these fundamentals in place, because we're going to talk about things like your topic wheel, your content library, your personal brand, your public figure page, your packages, the Vendasta snapshot report. All of these things you're going to want to learn more about, and those you're going to see in our academy. Right now it's being rebuilt. It's read only, but in a week you're going to see a bunch of new stuff coming in. So I encourage you to go back and check out those other episodes, go through those exercises, because today this is the one that I have been teasing you guys about. We are going to generate leads for you. We polled you a few times, and you've told us that your number one issue is generating leads. Whether you are a small, medium, or large agency, you said that because of the pandemic, because of just digital marketing in general, that it's been difficult for you to drive leads. But before we get into that, a couple questions. Let us know in the chat, what is your biggest challenge right now as an agency? More leads, staffing, figuring out what your Lighthouse is, figuring out what you should charge, hiring people, finding virtual assistants, retention, process, leads, okay, streamlining, onboarding, pricing, Lighthouse. Well, keep it coming. Let me know. Let me know what's the issue. Because if you tell us the issue, then we can help you. If you don't say anything, if you're just here watching and you're not saying anything, you are doing yourself a disservice. Grant's phone says mostly kidding. Okay. Clients, finding a VA team, says John. Okay. All right, good. Leads and pricing. All right. And for those of you who haven't been here, you'll see me and or other guests teaching, and we're also going to break out into exercises too. We're going to go to a Zoom room. If you've not done that before, we're doing that towards the end, and you're going to see why that's important for each lesson that we have. Getting and closing clients, which is the same thing as getting more of the right leads. Okay, now I am going to share my screen, and this is something that you will not see with anyone else where I'm literally going to log into my email. I'm going to show you where these leads are coming from. I'm going to show you the relationships that we have. And I want you to think from the standpoint of, how do I make it easy for Dennis and team to be able to feed me leads, and for not just for us to give you these leads that are coming through, but we need to know that when we refer you these leads, that you can competently, expertly, and adequately deliver upon the promises that we're making, right? The beauty of a referral is not just, hey, here's my buddy Devin or Yisrael, and I want to introduce you to them, or hey, my buddy Bill, is it Griffith? My buddy Bill Griffith. I like that. What picture is that in the background that you have there? He can help you from here. That doesn't do you proper service, because then you're just a salesperson. Then we've not conveyed trust. We don't have continuity behind the intake of when they come to us. Remember, everything that we're doing is inbound. So what we explained a month ago was this hour-long video that explains how we are driving sales for your digital agency. Do you guys remember this? I posted this in the Facebook group. So just as a quick refresher, here's my little click clack, see?
Local Academy, how to drive leads.
So I go on and on explaining how we're going through why, how, and what, which you guys know is the 3 layers in the funnel of awareness, consideration, conversion. The reason you're doing this is your why starts with your personal brand and why you're an agency. It humanizes you. You turn that into knowledge, such as how you do digital marketing, how my mom makes fresh smoothies with all kinds of cool juices, how you claim your Google listing, how you should think about digital marketing, how you need to think about reputation management, how you do this, how you do that. And when you put that kind of authority out there, and it's tied to your why, it drives people into your what, where you have these different packages that you're selling. When you have these packages that are ready, provided that you're using the Vendasta platform and you've actually put on your website, here is what I sell, here's what it costs, then people are naturally going to go through word of mouth marketing, meaning us and other folks are going to be talking about you, and not in a fluff, hey, my buddy Ray Paolo, he's fantastic. And you know what, like that's fake, right? I want to be able to say, Ray is a certified digital marketing agency, and he has gone through these steps. He's able to implement these different components. And thus, when we work through people who are influential in a category, which we call a lighthouse. And if you haven't heard about a lighthouse, you need to go back and watch, I think that's episode 2 and 3. That lighthouse is someone who has such high authority that when we do marketing for them and with them, they are able to talk to like Glenn Vo is able to talk to his 24,000 other dentists so that you can serve them. And John Cordray can talk about that in just a sec. I'm going to put you on the spot. And thus the training and the packages, the courses and the books are all the same thing. When you teach how you do stuff step by step, then these small businesses are not going to say, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm just going to go ahead and do that myself and not hire you. So guys, let me know in the comments or in the chat here, what happens when you put your knowledge out there, when you openly share your knowledge and you publish it? What happens? And those of you who are new agencies, this is going to be surprising for you. What happens? That's right, Eric, you build authority. What else happens? You lose value. How do you lose value, Allison? Credibility, expert, builds trust. They realize that there's so much they don't even know, right? There's stuff you know that you know, there's stuff that you know that you don't know, and there's stuff that you don't know that you don't know, and that you don't know that you know, right? But the main thing is there's stuff that you don't know that you don't know. And when you put all that information out there, they want to hire you. They see you as an expert, creates inbound marketing. There's no need to do all this selling, and what you do now, an expert. It's like talking to a doctor. The client comes in the emergency room, the patient comes in and they're sick. The doctor doesn't need to sell them. You guys know that from the last 3 episodes when we talked about how we are experts instead of as salespeople. Okay. So this whole video you want to watch. There's another one from also a couple weeks ago about how to build a course. And that's really saying using a course as lead gen to drive expertise, thought leadership. Tessa, thank you very much. Heather says, yep, remind them that they don't have time to learn it. A key thing that you're going to say to them is, you're an expert in fixing teeth. I'm an expert in driving leads. We each do the thing that we're best at. We focus on that, right? And that's how we win together. Like, I would never try to sell houses, right? I'm here to drive you, right? That's the thing that makes the people where they value their time, especially professional service firms. Let me know, how far along are you in your agency? Are you new? Are you getting just your first few clients? Are you at $10,000 a month in recurring revenue? Are you over $10,000 a month in recurring revenue? Just to see, because every week I want to see where everyone's at. Okay, a few of you guys are over 10, that's good. By the way, if you are over 10, you're going to really like what we have in season 2 on how to grow your agency. I'm going to release that outline in just a few more days. We're working on it. It's almost there. Okay, and some of you guys, all right, first few customers under 10. So you guys understand that what we've been teaching and demonstrating all along is called the authority model. Authority model, oh, meet yourself, by the way, Dr. Jordan Bowen. I think you're a client, right? The authority model is you're always teaching from example. So I'm going to teach straight up by showing you what we have. I've opened up a bunch of tabs and I'm actually inside my Gmail. So check this out. Just a few minutes ago, I uploaded this 1 gig Zoom file to the Better Business Bureau. I'm pressing send right now. Can you guys see my screen? Give me a yes if you can see my screen. Give me a yes in the chat. Because sometimes I'll be sharing stuff and then you guys aren't even seeing anything, and 10 minutes later, someone's like, I can't see Dennis's screen. So you guys are you guys aware of the Better Business Bureau? So we did a webinar yesterday for the Better Business Bureau, and we had so many attendees, we maxed out the registration on Eventbrite. Okay, yeah, Ruslan, you saw that on the BBB. This was so good that we're doing an encore. We're doing another one. And what I'd like to do is for you guys, if you have examples of where you have kicked butt for a local business, or you've demonstrated things like a good why video, or you have a website where you've laid out your packages, or you have something that's helpful on how do you update your Google My Business, or how do you do something that's helpful for these businesses, I want to be able to show that. And this is the webinar that we had yesterday. And if you want, I'll give you a recording of it or post in the group. And you'll see that I'm literally going through and breaking down people's websites, for example,
and
right?
you do not have a secure website, that's not from a security standpoint, but from an analytics standpoint, you need to have it.
So we have 200 people on this webinar. Look at this. And these are Better Business Bureau accredited members. Yeah, thank you, Shelly Jean. I'm so glad that you were there too. Tell everyone what happened. Actually, unmute yourself for a second and tell everyone what happened in our webinar. Who was there? What was the whole gist of it, if you can?
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dennis. First of all, I don't even know how I got on that event, and I got an event right ticket, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go listen to Dennis. I love hearing what he has to say. And as Dennis was talking, I was just sharing in the chat box because some people had no idea what was going on. So it was really great that I did on certain subjects. And so I was going through, there were people clearly did not know or have any idea of what to do. So then it was for the Better Business Bureau. So there were a lot of different businesses on there. So guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot of lighthouses out there that you can use for your tapping wheel. These people are looking for people like us to come in and help them with their digital, or at least show them and get them in the right direction. So there was a particular girl on there too who actually had 2 businesses going on. So Dennis called me out. He's going to have me work with her. I'm going to put her in Vendasta. We're meeting up on Monday. But it was an absolute excellent event. So thank you for that, Dennis. It was wonderful.
Fantastic, Shelly. And we want everyone here to be a Shelly where we're referring you business, okay? So you can see here that we had a great webinar, almost 200 people attended, which is not bad when you have 400 plus show up. You get like 50% of people show up for a webinar. That's about normal. So we're doing another one in a couple weeks, and then another one teaching all the folks who do marketing for the Better Business Bureau, which is crazy, right? We're helping them teach people in their community. So it's a train-the-trainer model. So if you have stuff that you would like us to share, give it to Shelly. and Shelly can help prepare that deck and maybe speak at that next session in front of all the people who work at the Better Business Bureau, because they have their national convention. I was going to speak at their national convention, but coronavirus and all that. So we're going to train them. That's different than the webinar yesterday where we were teaching the small businesses how to do all this stuff. And by the way, I am technically an agency too through Blitz Metrics, but we have tens of thousands of businesses that are coming to us. We're not trying to compete against you guys. We have so many people coming to us. We just want to give you leads, but we want to make sure that you can handle them the right way. So when we are teaching in this webinar, here's how you drive leads, here's how you rank in Google, here's how you post on Facebook, here's all these different things that are going on, right? For example, this is what we taught yesterday. And you guys already know, because in the first season of Conquer Local Academy, how do you say your XYZ in a 15-second video? How do you post that video to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? How do you interview a team member or employee? How do you transcribe that into a blog post? How do you leave reviews? How do you build authority? How do you collect everything into a content library? All these things you guys already know how to do. So if you have been with us this whole time, and if you've not, go back and get these exercises done, because they'll still be valid in a year or two. Even if you're watching this in 2023, these exercises will still be valid. And that way, show that you've done these items. Don't just say you have. Document them with links, make a little video narrating your way through it, a 1-minute video, screen sharing through this. Post that in a Facebook group. And then Shelly can organize these. So then when we do our next webinar for the Better Business Bureau saying, hey, these are what local businesses can do, and here's examples, and here's other people that can teach you how to do it, then they're naturally going to gravitate towards you, right? Because we want to highlight you. I'm the last one who wants to be on screen and on camera. And like, I'm only doing this to show you guys that it's possible, right? So you guys see where we're going here? Okay, now you've seen Glenn Vo present, and we're going to bring on some other Glenn Vos of other industries. Glenn Vo is the #1 dentist out there with his 24,000 dentists. And John Cordray is using Glenn as a lighthouse to put together a course. And I thought the BBB was obsolete. You know, that's just like saying the phone is obsolete or the yellow pages are obsolete. People are still using it. These business owners, that's what they're doing. So look at this course outline for a personal branding course. So Dr. Vo, he's so successful as a dentist that we've created, well, he's asked us to create this course on if you are a professional services business owner, you're a dentist, chiropractor, doctor, you don't want to be a Tony Robbins, you don't want to be a Gary Vaynerchuk, you don't want to hype up stuff with your Lamborghinis, you want to be a professional, right? There's a particular kind of professional personal brand that you want to create. And here it is with Dr. Vo teaching by example. But do you think Dr. Vo has time to put together all this stuff? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Dr. Vo has time to put together this 78-page script that goes through all the components of how to build a personal brand? No. So he's busy, right? He's got all kinds of things going on in his practice. But look, he's got a topic wheel. He has lots of content that he's produced. He's demonstrating through example. Look, here's the people that he's with and that have been on his Nifty Thrifty podcast, selling different items. Here's how he interviews his staff. Here's his goals, all this stuff. Now, who do you think's putting this together? So John, can you unmute yourself and tell everyone,
yes,
why is this good? What's been your, why is this good for Dr. Vo? Why is this good for everyone else here? Because we can't, you know, the 24,000 dentists that are great for everyone here. Tell us about this.
yeah. So first of all, for those of you who are just watching and trying to figure out how this all fit together, I was one of those people a while back. How does all of these lessons that we're learning on every Friday fit? And then I was asked to be a part of this project for Dr. Glenn Vo, my Lighthouse dentist. And so all of a sudden it clicked. All the things that we have learned up to this point, I was able to then articulate it onto this guide. And so this guide, just like what Dennis was saying, Dr. Vo does not have the time to put into producing this or scripting it, doesn't know what topics even to say. But I've worked with him enough to know his content. And so what I'm doing is using what we're learning in Conquer Local and from Dennis, and then combining that with what Dr. Vo is doing and what he knows. And we're going to actually have Dr. Vo and Dennis talk about that together on his course. And so I worked all week on this, more than just this week, but finally, thank you, finally finished it just a little bit ago. But it really came together and it clicked because I was able to go through all the exercises up to this point. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't know where to start. And so now, because my Lighthouse is a dentist and Dr. Vo is one of the leading dental influencers in the country, now I'm able to not only work with him, but have that perceived authority. And that's going to help me build my brand, which is tremendous. I believe you call it inception.
Yeah.
So I think that's excellent.
So John, what are we doing in a week from now?
A week from now, we are going to fly into Dallas, and we are going to record this very presentation that's outlining this course. We're going to do it live. And we're going to do at least a 2-camera shoot, and we're going to knock it out all in one day.
And how is this growing your business?
It's growing my business because as I am working on this behind the scenes, people don't know what I'm doing. So one of the things that I am doing is trying to record and document what I'm doing. As I do that, I put it on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook public figure page, and then other dentists see it. They see that I am associated with Dr. Vo, and because of that, I have been able to do several interviews with other dentists and dentist owners, which has been incredible. I mean, the whole perceived authority and what I'm learning as I'm putting this together, it's coming together to where it's solidifying everything that we've learned. And so it's really helped me. It's built my brand tremendously, way more than I expected or even dreamed of at this point.
Fantastic. So for those of you who might not have a Lighthouse like John, so John's choosing dentists. Now he could choose chiropractors and real estate agents and mortgage brokers and garage door people, but he's chosen dentists, which seems like you are constricting yourself, but it's actually opening up. So whatever you lose in terms of what you can't take, you gain 100-fold because it's very clear that this is who you serve, and it creates incredible authority and it builds density inside that particular community. So let me know in the chat here, what's your Lighthouse? And if you don't have a Lighthouse, say no Lighthouse yet, because I want to know real estate agents, schools. So Eric, yeah, definitely. We'll come back to real estate agents in a moment. Landscaping, fitness. Okay. So hardware, lawyer, medical spa. I think we've got every auto repair, fitness, beauty, fitness, martial arts, solicitors, lawyers, everything you guys are mentioning here, home services. We're going to talk about that next. We have lighthouses in every one of those categories where we need a John or a Shelly to be able to handle. You guys follow me here? That's what today's about. We want more Johns and Shellys and Davids too. We'll talk about that in a moment too, right? Is anyone not on board or maybe confused by the idea of why are we showing behind the scenes stuff where, you know, John's working with this well-known dentist guy? Why are we creating this training content? How come we're not just out there knocking on doors and having phone calls and trying to convince people to buy our packages? Is any of this confusing? Because this is inbound marketing. This is people coming into the emergency room versus us going to knock on doors. It's a completely different mindset. Is anyone confused? And if you are, I just want to know, because we'll explain some of these other components. This is not a natural concept. This is, and those of you guys who've been with me for a few weeks now, you know that this is not this doesn't come naturally, right? This is something, inception is multiple levels deep, right? It's the dream inside the dream inside the dream. But once you get it, it's one of those Matrix-like moments, and you're Keanu Reeves and the bullets are coming real slowly and you're able to like stop Agent Smith and grab the bullet and jump inside him. And you know, when you have that Matrix moment, when you understand how the Lighthouse is your key, everything is just like, you've like dominated the universe, right? Steven, I know you're still working on it. Keep going. It is not a matter of intelligence or whether you're a good person or not. It's it's like, you just have to keep going until it clicks, and you just have to trust me, trust the other people here, talk to them. By the way, does anyone here not have an accountability partner? So let me know. Yes, no, I need one. What's an accountability partner? How do I get one? Okay. Okay, you need one? Okay, we're good. So in a few more minutes, I'm going to show you a few more examples of categories, and then we're going to jump into Zoom rooms. And those 2 other people, well, say 3 other people, will have groups of 4. That's your opportunity to find an accountability partner. And I've jumped into these different groups. You guys are going to love it. And I wouldn't be offended if you felt the accountability groups were more valuable than the teaching here. I wouldn't be offended. Why? Because you guys know that the best plan doesn't mean a thing unless you get it done. You can go to all the fanciest conferences and listen to all the experts and buy all the books and all the seminars, and I'm sure what they're saying is great. Implementation is worth more, 1 ounce of implementation is worth more than a ton of studying and courses. And by the way, if you are just, what is it, just consuming, what is it when people like binging? That's the word. If you're binging on these Conquer Local episodes, as much as I appreciate that, I'd rather you watch 1 episode, take notes, and implement, then come back, watch another episode and implement. Please do not just mass consume a bunch of content like it's a bunch of YouTube videos, because you're not going to get any value out of that. You're not going to remember it. You're not going to be able to implement it. And then a few days later, you're just going to be confused, and you're going to be even further back from where you were initially, because you're going to have more questions than when you started with, right? Then your head's going to be filled with all this stuff. And then what happens when your head's full of all this stuff? You have analysis paralysis. Because now it's like, I could do this or this or this or this or that or this. And then, yeah, you guys are nodding with me. You know that's true. Okay, this is about implementation. We're going to go into these groups in just a minute. The reason why we're building this kind of training, and by the way, you don't have to produce this kind of training to get your first client or 2. We're just showing you the highlight examples. Not everyone's going to be a Shelly or a John, okay? But just know that if you understand the concept, then you can do micro versions of it. For example, instead of having a 78-page course, you can make a 1-minute video of what you learned today and say, my Lighthouse is home service businesses, and this is who I serve. And even if you don't have any clients, you can still declare with complete conviction and honesty, my specialty is home service businesses. I serve home service businesses. If you're a home service business, I'm going to help you get more leads. You just keep saying that, right? So let's go to home service businesses. So who is the top guy that's teaching home service businesses? So this is not necessarily who is a successful home service business, but who's so well known that if you are a home service business, that you're going to follow this guy. How do you find that? You Google home service business podcast, home service business, whatever it is. And guess who you're going to find? This guy, Tommy Mello. And with Tommy, the cool thing is that you can see, where do I have it? Just had it open a minute ago. Here we go. So Tommy's a buddy of mine. It's cheating, right? In school, they call it cheating. I call it networking in the real world. And he's interviewing me. Look.
He chats with world-class entrepreneurs and experts in various fields like marketing, sales, hiring, and leadership to find out what's really behind their success in business. Now, your host, the home service millionaire, Tommy Mello.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Home Service Expert. Today's going to be angle is scaling your home service business with effective systems. And I'm here with Dennis Yu and Mark Wagner.
Hey, look, it's Dennis Yu and Mark Wagner. You see Mark Wagner? Say hi to Mark Wagner, everybody. You guys remember him from episodes 1, 2, and 3. And greeting from my mom's kitchen, where she's making all this amazing food. Can you see this? All this fresh fruit? It's your mom before me. You know, my mama would chase me. I ran cross country in high school, and it was 3 miles. And while I was running, we had this loop that was a mile. So we do this loop basically 3 times. And every time I was coming around, my mom would be chasing me with fruit. And she'd be saying like, Dinya, eat more fruit. So while I'm trying to run this 5K, she was doing this. And the joke was from the other team members and the other moms was like, Dennis's mom runs more than everyone else on the team because she's always chasing them around all over the track and running up the hills and like making sure he's got water and all that stuff. She was here just a second ago. You'll see her. She'll make a cameo. Sometimes we'll be filming with a client and I'll be explaining to a client how to say certain words to be able to sell their product. And she'll jump in and like try to give them advice on how to sell. And it's great too. I'll publish that as a B-roll. So my mom's name is Young Chen. Young as in not old. And she used to go by Roxanne. I think someone just gave her that name because they couldn't say her Chinese name. Young Chen. It's spelled Y-U-N-G. Yeah, Chen, C-H-E-N, dash C-H-E-N. And they would also call her Sichuan, which is the province in China with really spicy food, right? So you can eat spicy food. So this is Tommy Mello, and he's interviewed Mark and I, and then we've got Tommy as a client. So if we come here to Facebook and we look at Tommy, full disclosure, he's a client. He runs A1 Garage, $40 million home services business. And people who own home services businesses, they know who this guy is. Okay, he's the Glenn Vo of home service businesses. And what are we doing? Making content with him, hanging out with him, running ads for him, driving sales, doing, here, I'll just show you, like A1 Garage. Have you ever seen anyone just go like this into their email? Look, we track everything in Basecamp because we practice what we preach. Look, now we're going into his Basecamp so you can see all the stuff that we're doing. Oh, look, here's a content library. Content library has all the other items that we've talked about organized in a certain way. And here's some, and let's footage about his why, how, and what, about how he's hiring more. Come on. All right. And let's just grab, which one do we want? Maybe like this one, right? Here's one of them. Now, Tommy's a good implementer because he's got a team that follows directions, right? You guys understand the process we follow is a 6-phase social amplification engine. That's a 2-hour training that is not part of our live here. You want to go back on your own and study that. Well, my internet connection is not fast enough, but you can understand there's lots of videos where he's collected these 15-second videos and has testimonials from clients, and we're boosting them from his public figure page, from LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, website, all leads. You guys already understand. So this guy, Tommy Mello, wants to do the same thing that Glenn Vo wants to do, which is put out training for all the other home service businesses. So you can see these are things that we're doing. We set up plumbing. He has a garage door sale. We have access to these different things. We have meetings. We have internal things where we're talking about his strategy assessment, collecting his goals, content, and targeting, right? So as we're putting content out there for Tommy, expert content saying, here's how we drive leads for home service businesses. Here's how we optimize on Google. Here's how we do. Now, certainly if you're a home service business, you've been inundated by all the people hitting you up saying that, oh, I can drive leads for you, right? But when it's with Tommy Mello and it's a course taught together with Tommy Mello, don't you think that person who's been watching Tommy for 130 something episodes is going to trust what Tommy Mello has to say? That's the authority model. That's inception, right? So then who here, this is a question, not hypothetical, who here wants to be the John Cordray for home service businesses? Do you want to do that? If you want to be like John Cordray, you need to talk to John Cordray and understand how he's done this. And John can choose somebody to do this for Tommy. Tommy's a live client. He's got multiple locations. This thing up for him. If you don't meet the criteria, we should see means that you look John. Okay, you have to be more than just an agency, more than just a salesperson, more than just knowing the Vendasta and how, right? You need to be on the level of John. Thing that is going to.
Hey Dennis, yeah, it looks like a lot of people are commenting on the audio issues. I'm not sure.
It's not just because there's a lot to learn.
I'll let them catch up.
Okay. Yeah, the audio is not too good. All right, I'm going to change the connection, and I'm going to lose you guys. Just actually, no, this is not the. Actually, Mark, can you turn the internet off on yours for a second? Let me tether on my phone. Yeah, this is. I'm in a bad internet. Yeah, tether on your phone. Or yeah, good. But I want to be the only one on my mom's internet. If there's other people on my mom's internet while I'm on the internet, then it's competing for the internet here. All right. Well, I'm going to do the best I can. So thanks for being. What's that, Mark?
I'm on my phone now.
Okay, good. See, we're on the road, right? We're doing the best we can. So and by the way, if I've lost you on something, just let me know in the chat, right? If you guys are in LA, we can come hang out, maybe get some Korean barbecue. There's an amazing Korean barbecue place near here. So with Tommy, we're doing the same thing. With Glenn, we're doing the same thing. With all these other guys, we're doing the same thing. And this is driving every one of these. We can power 100 agencies, right? Off of those people that are coming in from the Better Business Bureau, off of all those dentists that tune in to Glenn, off of all these folks from Tommy. We've got so many of them, right? And I just want to show you a few of them and show you what you need to do to be able to get these items so that we can get you more of these leads. And I want to get you the right leads. I'm going to show you one more, and then we're going to go into a Zoom room. This is the Black Diamond Club. It's chiropractors. It's 700 plus. Mark, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. There's 700 plus chiropractors that are here. It's taught by Sean Dill and Lacey Book. So I think David, are you here, David? Our Optic Social buddy, are you here? Let me know in the chat. Are you here? And you're able to do this? Okay. So if we look at what Sean Dill has done, same thing. He is a chiropractor. So he is Dr. Sean Dill. Yeah, ET's your guy. Awesome, David Brown. And he's interviewing these other people. He's got his conference. There's a membership here. He's teaching other chiros and even people that are not chiros, any kind of professional service business, how to do what we're doing here. And they're practicing what they preach. And they say that they're teaching the Dennis Yu method, which is the 1 minute video, the 3x3 grid, digital plumbing. And look, when we can, by the way, how is this relevant to you? If you want to be the John Cordray of chiropractors, and maybe that's David, and follow in these footsteps. And look, here's our buddy Tristan. Tristan sells software to chiropractors. That's also like a mini Lighthouse. See if I can find this. I'll scroll. Oh, look, Bonnie is with Sean Dill. He's got me and Jay Bear and other people here. And look at this. Check this out. Where's Dylan Collins? Let me unmute this for a second. See, look. Let me play this.
These from our good friend Dennis Yu. Check it out. I don't know if you can see that. That is Lacey and I. It's our wedding picture, or a wedding picture from our wedding. Socks for me, socks for Lacey, and a great note from Dennis. Handwritten notes. That's how you do it. Thank you so much, Dennis Yu, and everybody over at Blitz Metrics. We absolutely love the gift. And looking forward to having you on our podcast soon. And we're also looking forward to seeing you at summer camp.
So summer camp is where we're going to be speaking in front of, can you believe this? That they were able to pull this thing off in August. I thought conferences were dead for like another year because of coronavirus and whatever, but apparently in Indianapolis, it's okay. So they've had people like Jay Bear and whoever come and speak, like well-known people speak. So here you got Jordan Belfort. This one that's coming up, Jordan Belfort, Eric Thomas, Connor, me, and a few other folks are going to be speaking. And we can go live anytime inside their Facebook group. So if you have assembled your items and you are at least on the starter tier on Vendasta, get your stuff together. Don't make me have to go through it all, because then if I'm having to do this for you, then you should pay me for coaching, right? As opposed to us working together as partners, right? Partnership is not me babysitting and hand-holding and giving you private one-on-one consulting. John knows this, right? This is how a partnership works. You've got to get your stuff together and organize so there's no effort on me, and you've already gone through the training. You're already like solving problems without requiring me to think for you, right? Just kind of, you know, look there, they got my face here on this. So if chiropractors is your vertical, Lighthouse, even if you don't know anything about chiropractors, even if you don't have a chiropractic client, by the way, it doesn't have to be only David. It could be other people. I know Bonnie definitely loves doing the chiropractor thing. then I want to see you do what John has done and make us look good for the chiropractic examples. We got a search just now in my Gmail, chiropractor 3x3. And you can see, look, we're doing a white label inside Black Diamond. So they're offering digital marketing services, which is powered by us. Here's other chiropractors we have as clients. Barbara Eaton, who's kind of a competitor to Black Diamond Club, and that's okay. Katie Slay. Here's some Vendasta stuff. Here's some other clients. Oh, yes, who also teaches a bunch of people, same thing. Oh, look, Bonnie David. Wow, I think Bonnie David knows something about chiropractors. Do you think? Holy moly. I'm pretty sure Bonnie David's chosen chiropractors as her lighthouse. Do you think? Probably. Okay. Bonnie, you need clients. You need clients. I love how you attend all of our meetings and webinars, but you need to get clients. Get with John and figure out what the deal is here, right? All right. Because I want to get you guys speaking at events, webinars. I want to share your content. Make it easy for me. The way to make it easy is post it in our Facebook group, right? So you guys know we have our Conquer Local Think Tank Facebook group here. Post your statuses. Post what you're thinking about. Post the lighthouse that you have. Post what needs you have. Post the forms you have and ask for critiques on your website and what's working and not working and all that, right? Ask for help. We have over 500, some of us here, right? Like, why aren't more people asking for help here? Or maybe because my internet connection is slow. You guys with me on this, right? Are you guys actively here in this group? Or is this like, you just go to church on Sunday and then you're like a bad person, you're a heathen the rest of the week, and then you're a good Christian on Sunday, or a good Jew, or a good Buddhist, or a good, like, whatever you are, right? Yeah, be active here. You're a digital marketer. Live, breathe, dream, sleep it, right? Join with these other folks here. I wish we had more of these. Oh, we're going to have, in a few weeks, office hours. Office hours are where you bring your issues forward and we will handle them. So instead of teaching like this with some exercises, we're going to directly handle requests that you have. So you're going to submit your request at least 48 hours prior to each office hours. I think we're going to have it on Wednesday. Is that right, Andrew? Something like that. And you'll be able to bring forward your questions. Now, this is an additional thing. All the stuff you're having here is free. You have to pay a membership to cover the cost of our team, which you're getting all this other stuff for free. And if you don't want to pay the membership, that's fine too. But we're putting our people behind it to help you, to actually provide services to help you grow. Jeremy says, I'm taking too many courses. I'm with you, just activity slow. Yeah, less learning, more doing. That's what we often see. You need to put yourself on an information diet. Yeah. Mental obesity. Yeah, that's true, Wes. How much is the membership going to be? Well, how much are you willing to pay for it? We're deciding that right now. Is it worth $100 a month to get help from us? To be part of a group? To get training? To have a team of people behind you? To help support the cause and train up people? And this is not Dennis, you getting rich. I'm not taking any money out of this, right? Intellectual gluttony. Oh man, you guys. All right. So now actually, I'm going to say one more thing. Then we're going to go into our group. Do you guys understand this model of lighthouses where we are pairing with someone who's already well known? They've already got thousands of home service businesses. They have thousands of real estate agents. They have thousands of mortgage brokers. Here, I'll just show you a couple more. Like Justin Martin, he's the #1 guy in real estate, at least in Colorado. And we're doing the same thing. So we've got a course. He's calling it the espresso course. And we've done the same thing that John's done. And this is for real estate agents. You know, how do you get leads? How do you organize your time? How do you build your personal brand? How do you do the 3x3? So if I say, you know, Justin, 1 minute video, I can't even type, right? Look, here's one. Here's Justin Martin. I got Boomerang on it because that's how I'm able to keep track of these things. And here he's saying, oh, we're teaching this with Tom Ferry. You guys know Tom Ferry? If you're a real estate agent, you know that Tom Ferry is the #1 mastermind group where all these guys are learning how to do this. And look, here's one that we did. Continue education, Facebook for $1 a day. So how are real estate agents able to use $1 a day to be able to sell more homes and drive more leads? Right? It's the same thing. whether it's for garage door repair or real estate agents, mortgage brokers, like we have lighthouses in every single category that you guys have mentioned. Okay? Okay. Now, before we break out into the Zoom rooms, questions about this model, about how we can drive you leads. In other words, is everyone clear on the idea that when you pair with the Lighthouse, you have immediate authority? It is way better to come into a place where they all know who you are, or the person you're with is the one that everyone else respects, versus you going in there all by yourself and trying to convince someone who doesn't know you, like you, or trust you, to buy from you. Isn't it better when you're creating content together with whoever that authority is, provided that you have the expertise, that you put in the time, that you're legitimately teaching, that you have the certification, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. I know you guys are asking about the certification. That's coming. But no, the certification is based on these simple things. Your topic wheel, you've chosen the Lighthouse, you're on the Vendasta platform on a paid membership, even at the lowest level, which is $50 a month. You want to be a surgeon, you need to at least buy the x-ray. Don't you think? Isn't that fair? Right? You can't be saying that you're a hospital and you don't have an x-ray and a stethoscope. Like, we're buying our equipment from Vendasta. That's the way we look at it. You can buy stethoscopes and those things that you knock on people's knees or whatever. You can buy the equipment anywhere else on the internet, but I think the best stuff is at Vendasta. That's why I'm partnering with them. So if you have all these other items, then we can bring patients into your hospital. So that's the analogy. Okay, is everyone clear on that? Because if you don't believe in the inbound model, if you believe on just hiring a lot of people to bang on doors and send out flyers, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you don't believe in the inbound model, this model is not going to make sense for you. This is a longer term model. This doesn't drive immediate sales. This does require that you have expertise. You do have to have put up your web pages saying what your packages are and how much they cost, and showing here's what's in your snapshot report. Here's the 6 different things. Some people want to do custom packages all day long, and that's fine if you're a consultant, where it's just you and you custom negotiate every single one. But if you are an agency and you have packages and you have people and you have process and you're able to operate the thing and you're able to scale in a particular vertical, and the specialty could be SEO, it could be all the people in Dallas, it doesn't have to be a vertical specialty, it could be some other kind of specialty, then this is the model for you. That's right, Renee, you cannot scale with custom packages. All right. Jeff says, I believe this model works. I need to put the pieces together. That's right. You ever dump 1,000 jigsaw puzzle pieces on the kitchen table? Now you have to try to, like, what's your strategy? You try to go for like the corner pieces first and then the edges. That's often what happens when you're building a digital agency. And only later in hindsight, when you've assembled it, do you feel that it all makes sense. But while you're putting the pieces together, it looks like a mess. And sometimes as you're organizing, it gets messier before it gets cleaner. Does that make sense? That's why you have a menu. That's why you delegate things out through processes. That's why you put together these kinds of assets. Oh, check this out. This is the one we presented yesterday as one of the items for the Better Business Bureau. Can you believe this? Look, we put together this thing for the Better Business Bureau. They shared it from their Facebook page and their website and their email list. We created this document saying the Better Business Bureau and Better Business Bureau. Okay, yes, they're old, all right, but everyone knows who they are. Who the heck knows who Blitzmetrics is? And now together we're teaching, and we got their guy and me, and we're talking about, hey, here's a message from Jeff Niebaum, blah, 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 right? Let's build your brand. And if you're a local business owner and you're an accredited business with the Better Business Bureau, you know that being accredited is all about trust, because you have the badge and people know who you are, and you have a lot of reviews, and you know reviews are important. So and that's because you have relationships in the community, because people trust you, because they know who you are, because you can stand behind the symbol of trust. It's like the Betty Crocker seal of approval. And here we are teaching this together with, now, do you think the Better Business Bureau has time to put together this whole course? But they certainly want to teach personal branding. They want to teach lead gen. They want to teach all this, don't they? So now they want to teach this stuff out there. You know what's funny? They paid us to do this presentation. They're paying us. They're paying for like plane tickets and stuff, which didn't happen because of coronavirus. But do you not want to, like, who wants to do this stuff with the Better Business Bureau? Here, I'll show you my mail. I'll log into my mail. Who knows? Click refresh on my mail. Look at these items that are coming in right now. These are people that are asking for stuff, right? Here, somebody just became, what is this one? began our GCT intake. So this is goals, content, and targeting. So this guy here just filled out his form. This guy filled out his form. These are business owners submit to one of our forums saying they want help. I would love to give these leads to you. That's what, if any of this stuff on how we're doing this is confusing, sorry, Dale, about the audio. It's that we want you guys to be able to respond to these folks in the right way, to evaluate their goals, content, and targeting. Like, look, here's another one, Chris Kiocho. This guy's chosen his vertical as the aviation industry, private aviation industry, private jets and maintenance and all that. And he's got his GCT form, he's got his book out, and he has leads that are coming in, right? And here we're scoring these leads. Here's the GCT answers from Laura at Planet 9 Aviation. See, what do you want to do? What's going on right here? They're filling this stuff out. Isn't it so much better, right, when they come in? So we can give you all these guys. And how did this guy get all these? Well, he joined the board for the NBAA, the National Business of Aviation something. It's a huge conference, like 14,000 people. And he's on their board as a volunteer. And therefore, he's able to send out communication and do training. And guess what? Guess who powers his training for all of those members? You could take a guess. The same one that's powering Glenn Vo and all these other people, okay? That's what Inception is. Now we're gonna break into Zoom rooms, and I want you guys to, in your groups of 4, talk about what you are doing to generate leads. What is your lighthouse? Speak your lighthouse. Speak what it is that you do for that lighthouse, and talk about, keep accountability among yourselves on what is it that you're going to do to drive inbound leads. Do you need help preparing some of these documents? Have you not joined Vendasta because you don't know what the platform is? By the way, that's our dirty little secret, not dirty little secret, that's our amazing little secret on how we're able to do all this stuff, right? Because I wouldn't want to build, look, if I'm a doctor and let's say I'm a good surgeon, I don't want to build stethoscopes and x-ray machines and all those crazy, like those, you know, there's like a tube you can go in and it scans you. Like, those things are a couple $1 million. I don't want to build that stuff. I just want to charge people for sitting inside the thing while we do a CAT scan, right? Okay, so is everyone cool? We're going to break into Zoom rooms, talk about what it is that you want to do to get Inception so that we can drive you leads. Make it easy. Like, what are you going to do? If you want me to drive you leads, make it easy for me. I want you to post in our Facebook group. I want you to post on your LinkedIn, on your website, what you're doing so that we can refer you, so we can include you in our presentations. I want to include you in Glenn Vo's presentation, in Tommy Mello's presentations, in our Better Business Bureau training. You're giving us blogs and articles and examples and content of what you've done so far in Conquer Local Academy, and I will feature you all day long. But only if you do these items. I'm not just going to sell for you because that's unethical, right? I'm going to feature when you've done the work. Yeah, you want to start a podcast, Stephen? Fantastic, right? Stephen's never done podcasting. That's okay, you can tell. But people are going to admire the effort because they don't, a personal injury attorney doesn't expect someone else to be a pro, doesn't expect another personal injury attorney to be pro at podcasting. So learn how to do this. Are you guys ready? So we're going to break into a Zoom room for 5 minutes. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to unveil some cool things and next steps for what we can do together. All right.
Right on. Okay. I got the rooms ready to go. From Heather's feedback, we're going to have a timer in the top right-hand corner. So the rooms are going to, sorry, my daughter is singing Frozen. So there's going to be a timer in the top right-hand corner. So you'll see that countdown. So Heather, you'll know whenever we're coming back. All right. Here we go. Firing up the rooms in 3, 2, 1. Jeff.
Hey, man, what's happening?
You got to join your room.
How do I do that?
Oh,
join breakout room.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I see it. I'm in it.
Okay. And Catherine.
I hit it. I'm still here.
Here, let me try and I'll just pop you into her room here. Oh, here's one.
Oh, now it's up.
Okay, sweet. Hey, Catherine.
Hi, my network went off.
Sorry?
My network went off, so I'm not in any Zoom class.
Ah, hey, no worries. You know what? I can get you in one for the. There's only about a minute left here. Let me just get you in one so that you can join some of the conversation.
Okay.
All right.
Not long enough. It never feels like long enough, does it?
Never feels like long enough.
No,
It takes a
never
while to
long
get going, doesn't it?
Hey, we need more than 5 minutes though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh no,
We can
Heather
go-
didn't even get a turn.
We can
Okay,
go
yeah.
back. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to go back?
Gotta extend.
Well,
No,
yeah.
no, let's keep it here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
let's
it's
go back
okay.
2 more minutes.
Same people though.
What do you want to do, Dennis?
Okay, Heather, unmute Heather. Heather, tell us about what you're doing with us on helping build courses.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, so putting some courses together, and it looks like we'll be skinning those. Working inside Basecamp with the team, just as you saw behind the scenes when Dennis showcased that. So keeping up with the communication there to keep it organized and moving. And then it looks like a podcast production also.
That's right. So we need more Heathers and Johns and other folks. Hey, is David from Optic Social here? If you are, I think you are before, unmute yourself and tell us what are you working on.
Hi, Dennis and everybody. Yes, I'm here, and Chiropractors is my lighthouse, and I'm working on doing snapshot reports for the chiropractors so I can go through and take them through all the 6 elements in there. And most recently, I had my first call with the chiropractor today who was interested in doing Facebook advertising. So I took her through the importance of, before she does any Facebook advertising, that she needs to get her digital plumbing in place, because without that, the advertising is just not going to be successful. It's just going to be like throwing spaghetti at the wall. So we talked about the Express Digital plumbing. We talked about the 3x3 video grid and some of the elements of that. And of course, Facebook for $1 a day. So it was very productive. She immediately thought that all of that sounded very methodical and made a great deal of sense, and actually revealed to me that her website people are the ones that have been doing her Facebook ads for her, and they have no tracking, and they don't tell her how it's going, and she can't get any information from them. So I think with our process here, followed the right way, I think I've convinced her that we can provide all those things for her that she didn't have before to be successful.
Congratulations, David. That is fantastic. And so we've given David 10 leads so far, which I think you said that's plenty, right? We can give you another 50, but these initial 10 Kairos is a good start.
Keeping me busy. Yeah.
So you should talk to Jordan Bowen, who is in our little breakout group, and then maybe with Bonnie, so that you guys can be the Kairos super team and maybe bring in other Kairos. Do you guys have a good experience in the Zoom room? Did you make some good connections, some accountability partners? What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. How was the Zoom room?
Sorry, Dennis, I just have to say yes. David, Jordan, yes. I'm actually going to be interviewing Jordan very soon. So yes, I'm excited about this.
Cool. And Bonnie, I can update you on what's been happening.
Yes, please do. Please do.
And everybody say happy birthday, Bonnie.
Happy birthday, Bonnie.
Happy birthday,
Bonnie. Happy birthday, Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie.
Guys,
Hey, Bonnie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I know we're over on time. Here's our exercise. I want you to make a 15-second video on your cell phone right now talking about your Lighthouse client and what you do for them. Or if it needs to be a minute, it can. You can do your XYZ, which you can do in 15 seconds. And then if you have packages ready, or if you have detail, you can talk about the 6-phase social amplification engine, right? Or more about how you can do a snapshot report for them, which you can call whatever report you want, scorecard. Submit that in the Facebook group. We're going to combine all these different videos and create a single video that we're going to share and put money behind that will drive your exposure and visibility. Those of you who create a really good video, I'll isolate just that one and have our video editors put that into a special queue to be able to promote and share. And then I'll share that in our training. I'll share that when we do webinars. I'll share that in blog posts. You can have that raw asset and use that on your website, on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. So you're getting me, my authority, the network that we have to promote you, but you have to give us something that's worthy of promotion, right? It doesn't have to be high production value, but it does have to reflect what you care about clearly, and it has to reflect your passion in a way that is believable and credible. Is that a good gift? Yeah? Salvador Viramontes. How do I say it? Is that right? We're going to promote you guys.
That's
you gotta give us
perfect
these different
pronunciation.
Where are you from, Salvador?
I'm originally from Mexico City, but I live in Switzerland, close to Zurich.
How many languages do you speak?
4.
Wow. 4. Hey, you know the joke? What do you call someone who speaks 2 languages?
Bilingual. Someone who's bilingual, yeah.
Bilingual. How about 3 languages?
Trilingual.
1 language.
Monolingual.
American.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, any last comments? Any thoughts? Any burning questions? Anything where you're just dying to know, or you have a crisis where you need help on? Last chance.
Well, I have a quick question, Dennis. You mentioned about the podcast. Once you Google your Lighthouse and podcast, I got a little lost. What are we supposed to do once we've identified the different podcasts that match up with our Lighthouse?
So whoever is highest authority in an industry, Lloyd, you want to be able to partner with them, because odds are that person doesn't have time to produce training on how do you do video, how do you do Facebook, how do you do your website, how do you do all the different things inside digital marketing. And guess what? We've already created all that training on how to do that. It just needs to be tailored, or what we call skinned, to a particular Lighthouse. And see, Jerry Sanders is here. You should connect, Lloyd, you and Jerry Sanders should get on a Zoom in 5 minutes talking about these items. Jerry said topic wheel, right? Other things. Learn how to combine personal branding, topic wheel, digital plumbing, all these components, so everyone can have a step-by-step process, just like David mentioned. Okay, Elaine's question, where can I download the content? I can't get on Facebook. Everything we're going to post in the Facebook group, and there's a weekly message that comes out from Dennis@Vendasta.com showing what's going on. And we also have our academy on the, is it conquerlocal? I forgot the URL. Maybe Andrew can post it in here.
That's right.
Is there
conquerlocal.com/academy.
Yeah,
Yep.
we have every single Lighthouse. What they're called in their categories or headings in the Yellow Pages industry. So you name it, we already have them all. Do you have any city or skill specialty Lighthouse example? Says Russell, I don't like the geography as a specialty. I prefer vertical, because you could be the best digital marketer in Seattle, but there's no difference in a digital marketer in Seattle versus LA versus Kansas City. They're all the same thing, really. Yeah, conquerlocal.com/academy. Thank you, Andrew. Allison, for the topic wheel, are we just researching and finding people that would be good influencers under our categories? Go back to the training on the topic wheel. The topic wheel is pulling together your network and your knowledge. Your network is anyone that you know or would like to know, and your knowledge may intersect with the Lighthouse that you have, but it's your expertise. So if you know a lot about growing tomatoes, that has nothing to do with chiropractors, but it's part of your personal brand, And that's why the topic wheel has 6 categories, 3 that are personal, 3 that are professional. I'd encourage you guys to engage in the group more. Sorry, my audio's unstable. Hey, thanks, Tim. David Brown. And if you guys want, if you're new, feel free to reach out to David Brown. And David, feel free to share any of the training materials on how you can start to build lighthouses and how you can start to get your agency going. Stephen Kelch, same thing, right? Reach out to him. Reach out to the other members that I've been featuring here so we can all help one another. I'm still here to help you guys, but I'm here really to set the example to show you guys how you go from 0 to having a 7-figure agency. And we've documented every step along the way. We're here to help you grow. And to get into accountability groups, that's really, Jeff, that's you and the other people from the Zoom rooms or other people in the Facebook group. Go to the Facebook group and say, help, I need an accountability partner. My lighthouse is this, and this is where my agency is. And you guys should partner. So if you do roofing, then go with other folks who do roofing. If you do restaurants, other folks who do restaurants. I know, Eric, you said that you do real estate agents. I didn't have time to talk about all the stuff we have with real estate agents, but we have something with Chris Scott of the Paperless Agent in Austin in a week. And we have Justin Martin in Denver. We have a lot of real estate. Real estate might be our biggest one. Mortgage, we have Barry Habib, which is MBS Highway. We have every single category. We can't cover all of them in our live call here, but we can inside that Facebook group. And I've got a whole team of people that's there to help. So please take advantage of the Facebook group. It's free. We're giving out leads. Talk to the other people here who have found success. You know, it could be Heather or David or John or other folks. Learn from them. And then next week, I want to hear how you've gotten on. I want to hear that you've grown your business. I want to hear that you've gotten some leads. I want to hear that at least, maybe if you don't have leads and you're still building your website or you're setting up Google Forms because websites are hard for you, I want to see that you have gotten the infrastructure in place where leads can come to you, that you have content that's authoritative enough, even if it's just you, like Stephen, interviewing other people about personal injury attorney stuff. I want to see that you made progress, and your accountability group, choose a day of the week that you guys meet. Maybe it's Tuesday afternoon, and just keep it holy, right? Keep it as like something that is, treat it like a client level appointment. You need to honor yourself, right? Make that an important appointment that you prepare for, that you take seriously. And that way we're able to hang out here and learn new things and see opportunities on our Friday calls. And then on another day of the week, you guys are able to get the work done, because this is 5%, 95% is getting that work done. Amen.
Amen.
All right,
Amen.
guys.
Well, thanks again. This was, yeah, this was a great reminder for how the pieces fit together, you know, like choosing a lighthouse, find the authority, create the content with that authority, leverage it with lead gen. Thanks again, Dennis. And he's right, you know, get your stuff together and he will help. We'll all help. So get into that Academy Facebook group and, you know, meet up with your accountability partners. Heck, maybe right after this, that might be a good time every week to do it. So your
that's right.
juices are already flowing.
Meet up.
That's right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you,
Talk about
Dennis.
what you learned. Next week, I'm going to be in Austin, and I'm going to have a special guest with me. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Special guest. Right on.
All right, guys.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Cheers.
Good weekend, everybody.
Guys.
Thank you.